guys, welcome back to my podcast Tea and Tarka. Today I have Farah with us. She is a strategic influencer, a voice for the voiceless.
Yeah, and I'm drinking Rubicon, not chai.
I'm drinking
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Cheers.
I'm not a chai person.
I'm not a chai person either.
Oh my gosh,
I don't
know that.
People talk about karak chai and I'm like, hello, chai is chai, but I don't like chai. I like coffee and black tea.
Oh no, I don't like any hot
and
drinks.
Peppermint tea.
No hot drinks for me. But anyways, how are you doing today?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. I'm
Yeah.
good.
How's the weather treating you in Glasgow?
Do you know what? I love the cold weather. Hot weather gives me heart palpitations. I know I can move away right now. You don't need to continue this.
I want to move to a hot country, but then I can't because I love Glasgow just as much. So it's tricky that.
I like the cold weather actually.
Okay. Well,
and I love the wind when the wind blows. But I don't like the rain. Anyway, that's another story for another story. Moving forward.
So today's topic is putting Glasgow on the map. What do you think? What do you think I mean when I say putting Glasgow on the map?
Well, this is a really good question because remember when we were at the Insider session with Halal Food Festival, and Bilal said that he didn't realise there was that many Muslims in Scotland.
Bilal, the founder of the Halal Food Festival, he actually, when he got here, he was like, whoa. People actually think we live in a pind, you know. People think that a lot of people that I know down south, like a lot of my friends, like before coming to Glasgow, they always thought I live near sheeps and cows and like Highland cows. Like, bro, I'm living in a huge city, you know. So it's crazy to me that people just overlook our population because we as an Asian community, we're huge. We're a vast majority, you know.
And the funny thing is, let me tell you a story, because I do love telling stories.
Yeah.
So I had somebody on my Instagram, so I put up a story, and I was like picturing the snow falling down. And so somebody messaged me and said, where is that? And I told him it's in Scotland. He's from America, and he said, well, is there a lot of you there? I'm like, hello, excuse me. You know, so this is why it's important to have Glasgow on the map.
Yeah.
I don't know, technically I don't know the answer to how many Muslims are there, but if you actually think about it, the diversity in Scotland is huge. It's not just about the Muslim population, it's about other cultures as well, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. But to me, I think it matters a lot. Like, I want people to know Glasgow has the majority of Muslims to create the same effect that Manchester, Birmingham, Newcastle, London, basically every English city that there is.
But if I ask you, Birmingham, what comes to your head? First thing that comes into your head when you say Birmingham?
When you say Birmingham, I just think of the accent.
What else?
I mean, shopping, food,
up and A.
Yeah, a lot of up and A.
Shopping. People go to Bradford, Birmingham to shop, whereas we've got all the shops here as well.
Yeah.
As is, obviously the grass is greener on the other side.
Of course, they have more.
Variety is more.
Yeah, of course. But then if you think about it, people from up north, Aberdeen, Inverness, Edinburgh, come to Glasgow to shop because Birmingham, Bradford is too far.
Yeah. But listen, don't you ever get this, right? So when I started doing my videos on TikTok or Instagram, I got, you sound Irish. Hello, excuse me?
You sound Irish.
There's a difference between Scottish and Ireland.
Turdy tree and a turd.
They can't actually think that somebody like us can have a Scottish
I'm pretty
accent.
sure I seen a TikTok the other day that said that, do people actually live there? Do Pakistani
communities,
Scottish exist? I was like, yes, I bloody exist. Whole human here.
And here, and there.
Okay,
everywhere.
So
and we're sitting in Chaiwala as well.
Yeah, so, big up to Chaiwala for letting us do the podcast here. What was it like growing up in Glasgow? Obviously, knowing that you're much older than me. So, how was your experience with the halal food scene, the Asian shopping, did you have to deal with any racism? How was it?
I love how Hira, you said much older. Love it. And do you think I was going to
there's a huge age gap we can establish that.
Oh, listen. It's all perspective, right?
Okay, it's perspective.
I'm older than you, definitely. I have more experience, definitely. Right?
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
told off, right? Okay, so let's get to the question now.
Like,
Okay.
in my defense, like, I'm just gonna leave
Listen,
it. leave it.
Don't, because you're going to open up a can of worms and I'm going to really get through to you, so just behave.
I'm only 25. I'm a baby.
Age is just enough. I don't mind being called whatever I'm called, right? But at the end of the day, age is just a number.
Yeah, you don't look a day older than 30.
Anyway,
don't worry.
stop, you can't pull it back. Anyway, let's come to it. Growing up in Glasgow, we didn't have a lot of halal foods. We didn't have all that stuff that we have now, the facilities, the takeaways, the food choices. We just didn't have all that. And it was just really literally, every time we ate curry or something at home, my mum made it, you went to school and the kids in school used to say, oh God, you smell like curry. I don't know about you, but that's what we got. So we grew up not liking it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? We just didn't like the fact that we smelled like curry. As soon as you went home, your mum's cooking your dal and put all that, the smell. It wasn't really very nice. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm just talking about my perspective.
Right.
But then we couldn't go out to eat. We didn't go out to eat because where could we go? There was no halal except for your halal butchers.
There was no halal. I love that.
There's no halal foods.
From my experience, there were a few selective, places that we didn't go out much, but it was like, on the weekend, maybe we'll grab a pizza from somewhere, maybe we'll grab like a burger or something. But again, it wasn't as much, the way it is now. Like, I remember when I used to go college, the only halal place that there was like down the hill. Now, if I drive around the same area where my college was, there's so many options.
Yeah.
There's a whole chaiwala there. Like, I'm jealous. And this was, by the way, only four years ago or something. It wasn't long ago.
Yeah.
Like, I think Glasgow's progressed a lot within the last 5 years even. And I think it's moving really fast. Really fast. It's growing. The halal food scene is growing really fast.
So I grew up on Victoria Road and I used to go to Cuthbertson Primary School.
Why are you letting people know you're...
Why? What's wrong with that?
Okay, because she doesn't live there anymore, so nobody stalk her.
No, I don't live there anymore. But I used to live there.
Okay.
Road. And it was all different types of shops, and then over a period of time, the businesses declined. Then all of a sudden, have you not seen it boom? With the halal,
100%.
the cafes, the chais, the burgers, all the halal food.
Yeah, there's Slam Burger open.
Yeah.
There's Chicaro's, What the Fudge, Steak Inn. They're shut right now, but they're still there.
They're still there.
They're still there, yeah. Kebabish, which...
Kebabish is there for a while.
Kebabish has been there for a while.
But the thing is, it's just so much variety now. It doesn't matter where you go.
Yeah, I mean, you can go on the same street, have dessert, breakfast, lunch, anything, so...
Exactly.
Yeah, I said that in a really weird...
No, you didn't.
dessert, breakfast,
Well, that's what happened, right? So there's that desi dabba, right? I know a lot of people don't like it, but I love it. And I'll tell you why I love it.
I mean, I love it in Rosie. I go there for my seri sometimes and it's amazing.
Is it open in Surrey?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's the one near Ambala.
Yeah. It's so good. The food is so authentic. Food is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It's not about all big restaurants, atmosphere, everything, but the food is absolutely
And the price is
delicious.
okay, do you know?
Prices are reasonable.
Do you know what? That's actually one complaint that I have about Glasgow. In most places, the price for food is extortionate. Where if I went down to Bradford, I'd get the same burger for half the price. That, I think because there's not a lot of competition here, people really take advantage of the fact, they're not going to get the same thing anywhere, so let me just charge them 12 quid for that burger, do you get me? So I absolutely hate that, but because there's...
But you pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, you do pay for it, it's just because there's less competition. And that brings me to my next question.
Go on.
What do you think about the competition food-wise in Glasgow?
I don't think it's a little I think it's quite a huge competition. And I'll tell you why.
So, because there's a huge competition, do you think people are kind of afraid to open their own food businesses because they're it's just not going to do well? I personally feel that.
Well, if you actually think of it in a business perspective and a mindset, right, it doesn't matter how many restaurants or how many takeaways you open, right? But it's
We eat every day.
right. So we every day. It's a great market. People want to eat. Even during COVID, people were eating, weren't they? And they were getting takeaways in that. However, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the full market is saturated, but if you can come up with one different thing, right, that can change your whole entire business. So if you look at Domino's, they guarantee that they will deliver your pizza within 30 minutes. And if they don't, it'll be hot and they'll give you a refund. Right? So if you introduce those kind of things into the market, into your business,
Something different, basically.
yes, and then what's going to make you stand out? I will go back into a restaurant or go somewhere if I get a great customer service, because that's what a lot of businesses are lacking now.
You know what? This actually reminds me of a place I went 2 weeks ago. I'm not going to name and shame, but the service was absolutely horrendous. Where I've been to the same place in a different city and it's been amazing, but because I've been let down so badly, I literally never want to go there. As much as I love their food, I do not want to step foot in that place.
But you're going to walk away from there, but they won't know. Yeah, they won't know, and they won't.
But I'm also going to tell others about my experience, and that's going to put people off.
Exactly.
So I think customer service goes a long way. People don't understand that.
It's how you need to be felt.
When you open up a business, you're opening a brand where customer service is so important.
Yeah.
If you fail in that, no matter how good your food is, you're going to fail. You're going to go downhill. So I think that's really, really important, customer service. And yeah, I get what you're saying. Food market is huge. I don't think that could ever stop anyone from trying places or... Sorry, that noise is pissing me off.
They're making the coffee. But if you actually think about it, there's different types of cafes out there. Now, I'm going to say this, right? I've had amazing service and amazing coffee from the small coffee shop. It's called Jeju on Victoria Road.
Is it on Victoria Road? I thought it was on Cathcart Road.
No, it's Victoria Road, right? But they're only open like maybe on the weekends. But the way they bake their croissants and all the bakery is absolutely amazing. And on top of that, the service is amazing. If the service is good, and I do not mind paying extra money for that.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem. Where I have a problem is, like, this is what, say, £10 and you're giving me crap service? Hello?
Like,
I'm not coming
here
back.
you go.
There you go. Not going to come back. I mean,
customer service
Jeju
goes a
don't
long
even
way.
know that I'm talking about them. And the reason why I'm talking about them, because every time I do go, I get that experience all the time. And I will recommend it all the time.
Yeah. So I actually wanted to talk about the Halal Food Festival. Funny story, I actually met Farah there, was it last month?
In November.
November, okay. Like about
Last month was
just over a
December.
month ago.
Yeah.
I met her at the insider session of the Halal Food Festival because I was there last year. Were you there as well? No. So the upcoming Halal Food Festival is going to be your first time.
First one, yeah.
Okay, so
that's because I never got the tickets last year. So I'm still waiting.
This is actually the second time Halal Food Festival is coming to Glasgow.
Yeah.
Before that, it's always just been like in Leicester, Birmingham,
Bigger
just
cities, yeah.
basically everywhere in England. Because, England is just known as the UK. We don't exist, clearly.
Yeah, we do.
But you know what? We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. So, how did you find that?
Inside section. I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah.
Very informative. I love the fact the way Bilal introduced it and he spoke about the story behind it.
Yeah.
When you see all these huge events, you never hear the story behind what people are doing.
100%.
And it was the story that really made it go live. And then on top of that, the Islamic Relief were there as well. So they told us about the work that they're doing and how they're supporting, and their volunteers are at the event as well to help out, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, at their own will.
Yeah.
No cost.
No cost, nothing at all.
All volunteer work.
Yeah. And Saffron Events done an amazing event with the food, the catering.
Yeah. 100%.
And then there was two young boys, two brothers. I still remember them. Coffee Cabana.
Cabana Coffee.
Okay, Cabana Coffee was amazing, and they were that was their first event.
Yeah,
they
no,
had
like
it up,
they
and
were.
did you see the queue?
Yeah,
Yeah, and people thought I was skipping. I'm like, hello, I'm just content creating.
I was just there, like. let me just grab that, and people are like, get back to the queue.
Get back. I'm like, hello, excuse me.
No, it was honestly like they really put effort in, and you can tell. Bilal really makes an effort with his events, and a lot of people had a lot of negative things to say about the last year's event, and honestly, I 100% agree. It could have been better. Queues were really long. You know, it was chaos basically.
But it was the first experience.
It was the first time.
And you learned from your
100%.
Yeah.
A lot of people complain about the money. We have to understand that these people are coming from different cities. So
it's not easy coming from different cities, bringing all your equipment, especially when you're actually
and your staff.
It's everything. You've got to take everything into consideration. But £25 a ticket is not a lot of money.
It's okay. It's okay. And being honest, like if you go there, right, it's a halal food festival where you can buy whatever, anything you want, but no one's forcing you to spend, £100.
No.
You try what you like, whatever you think, this fancies my tickle my pickle.
Tickle my pickle. But the thing is, we're not here to promote Halal Festival. We're talking about how do we put Glasgow on the map. So organisations like Halal Food Festival need to be here, and they have some.
Can I tell you? Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go this year because of my experience last year, but because of being invited to this insider session, I got to know why last year was such a chaos.
Yeah.
They thought there's not going to be enough people.
Yeah.
The tickets weren't going to sell out.
Yeah.
So I think Bilal mentioned that 2 days before the event, they had only sold about 5,000 to 7,000 tickets. I'm not sure if I'm right with the numbers, but when it came to the day, it was over 10,000 tickets.
People, yeah.
Businesses, vendors have to think about, there's only 5,000 tickets, like we need to bring this much food. So when they brought it, like they sold out by 3 p.m. on Sunday.
That's right.
I mean that was obviously really, really shit for people that had bought tickets, but knowing that they now know what to bring and that there is majority of us, so they're gonna do better.
They're gonna do better.
I'm really excited.
I'm excited as well. I'm talking about it. My family's telling me to shut up. You stop talking about it. I'm more excited about the food. I'm more excited to taste the different flavours of different food, different vendors. And also, I was speaking to Sweet Pals today, and I love Sweet Pals. I don't know if you know them, but they're two lovely girls, and they do lovely sweets, right?
Aye, they're amazing.
They're amazing. And we were just having that conversation today, the cost of them bringing all that stuff as well. I think as consumers, like as individuals who are going to these events, we've got to give them credit and be a little bit more patient, because this is huge for us, for our community, that Halal Food Festival decided to come to Glasgow. Isn't that big? So if we don't give them the appreciation, we don't have that patience, then nobody else is going to come.
Yeah,
so how can we put Glasgow on the map?
So, see, if I'm going to be honest, right, I think if it was only 5,000 people last year, the Halal Food Festival wouldn't come back.
No,
it's not worth it. But knowing that 10,000 people did attend, like it's worth it to them to be like, let me bring that experience to them. We don't get many opportunities like that. So if we miss out on opportunities like that, we're not gonna get what everyone else gets, down there. So
exactly, and that's the reason why we're talking about it, is putting Glasgow onto the map.
Putting Glasgow on the
map. We need it on the map because we need to let people know that we totally exist. Yes, we have a Scottish accent, which is the most beautiful accent. I don't care what anybody says. Scottish is the most beautiful accent.
I mean, I'm not going to fully agree there.
I'm going now.
We're not done here. No, come on, like.
Scottish is a beautiful accent.
The Scottish accent is amazing, right?
Yeah, if it's
the Glaswegian accent. I have my opinions. I'm not going to say.
Let's not confuse this for other people, because people just generally think it's a Scottish accent. So we talk about Glasgow, Edinburgh, Fives.
No, but look, you can't say I've got an English accent if you're from London. You have a London accent. If you're from Newcastle, you have a Newcastle accent. So there's Glasgow, Edinburgh, huge difference. So I have my own accent. I don't belong in any category.
Okay.
I don't. As much as I love Glasgow, I don't have.
Were you born and bred in Glasgow? No, where were you from then?
Pakistan.
No way. Goodness me, you would know. You wouldn't tell. Seriously?
Can you not?
No.
Really. I mean, I was really young. I was like 6 years old when I came here. So, but I didn't know. The only words of English I knew were yes and no.
Oh, bless you. That makes me like you better now.
Oh, thank you. I always liked you, don't worry.
I like you now. Do you remember? I don't know, so I'm just joking.
No.
Remember when we first met? It was so funny. I need to tell the story. So Hira was going up the lift to.
I didn't even remember this,
Queen
by
Elizabeth.
the way.
I know you wouldn't remember. She was going up on the hospital lifts, Queen Elizabeth, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was going in to see somebody as well, and I got into the lift. I'm like, oh, I know her. I've seen her somewhere. And I'm like, I really like you. I didn't know your name. I forgot your name. I'm like, I really like your videos. You're like, that's so interesting. It's a third person that said that to me today in the hospital. Well, there you go. That's what she said.
I vaguely remember. But yeah, I remember being in the lift. I remember that. But I don't remember the conversation.
But it was with me.
Yeah. I just seen her at the Halal Food Festival Insider session, and I was like, she was being really nice to me, talking. I'm like, how do I know you? Like, you're not just another face. I do know you, but I don't know how I know you.
How you know you?
By the way, I say this to so many people. I know a lot of people, but I don't know. Like,
because
I know you, but I don't know you.
People think because you're on TikTok or Instagram, you know people. But this is a conversation I had with somebody else. She was rhyming out names, and I said, I honestly don't know anybody. People know me.
I think, yeah.
I don't know nobody.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to go to the Halal Food Festival. Yeah. I'm excited to eat all that food.
I think what really impressed me was the way Bilal and his team just took on everything, like understood the fact that changes need to be made, and we were told that, you know, the space is going to be much bigger. Like, I think last year was just half of the SEC hall used. This year is going to be the entire space, so queues will be less.
And the timings have been reduced as well.
More seatings as well, and I'm not too sure about the time.
So
I'm not
it's
going to
12
lie.
to 4.
Yeah.
And then once you're finished, then other people come in.
Something like that. Something like that.
Yeah. But and we got to see the floor plan.
Oh yeah, we got to see the floor plan as well.
Yeah.
So it's huge. And I think there's more things to do as well. So yeah, will I be seeing you at the Halal Food Festival?
Of course.
I don't know if you'll be seeing me though.
Why would
really busy schedule? I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
You might see me on the Sunday. I'm really busy on the Saturday, so I'll try.
To be honest, I'm going to be there on Saturday, and I'm going to be there on Sunday, because on Saturday I might not get to eat all the food, but then I can go back and think, oh, Sunday I can eat the food. But the best thing is, you meet so many people that you know. And who else is going to be there?
I love bait places. That's why I don't go to them.
What? What? What's that mean?
See when I'm going to What the Fudge or somewhere really bait, I send someone else in. I don't go.
Wow.
Because someone will see me. I don't want to be seen.
So why do you do what you do then?
That's different, isn't it? I like being seen on screen. I don't like being seen in person.
So if somebody comes up to me and says, oh, I love your TikToks, and I'm like, where's the blush button? I go all red. I'm like, I don't know. It literally goes red. Anyway, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to eating all the food. But the thing is, you've lost my train of thought. What I like about the Halal Food Festival is the community, right? And it's everybody's going to be there. Your aunties, your grannies, the kids, the aunts, everyone's there, and it's space for everybody.
You know, I actually interacted with a lot of vendors last year. They were really nice, surprisingly. Because I mean, yeah, knowing like English people aren't that nice, friendly. Yeah, that's the word I needed. But they were actually lovely. They were really, really nice. They actually even complimented my accent.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My own category, okay? This is Hira's accent. This is no one's accent.
But I think you've got a lovely accent. But but you do sound Scottish.
Yeah, I've got a Scottish accent. That's the one.
She's admitted it.
So I think that kind of concludes today's evening. Do you have anything to add?
You're going to put me on. You're doing this on purpose. You put me on. Oh, I do love it. Listen. What about those new people who don't know of you, that don't know of your podcast, right? So how would you introduce your podcast to people? Put me on the spot.
I honestly don't know. It's called Tea Tarka.
What's the Tarka?
Tea.
Tea, and where's the Tarka?
Tarka.
But then it's Tea and Tarka.
Tarka is all about the gossip, all about talking shit about all the business. No, I'm joking. I don't talk shit about anyone. I love all the food places in Glasgow, right? Unless you're giving me shit service, I will defame you. Other than that, I'm great. You're good with me, I'm good with you, you know. But yeah, if I were to introduce my podcast, I'd tell you guys to go on Spotify or go on YouTube. You know, I'll leave my links below and be like, you know what, go and see
Listen
my
to our
podcast. This is what's on my Spotify. This is where the tea is hot, the opinions are honest, the chat never feels forced, hosted by myself, Hira. This Glasgow-rooted podcast. So this covers anything, everything from everyday chaos to the stuff we're all secretly thinking. No scripts, no filter, just vibes, laughs, and real talk.
And that's exactly what I like.
Have you felt that?
Yes,
did
I
you
did.
feel like it was
and
like that?
Because I made it happen. I had those conversations.
Man, there's a bad tea in it. I'm just chilling. I'm just like nobody.
You're just nobody. You're just chilling.
Do you want? Shall I give you my password to my YouTube? How about you carry on? Who are you doing your next podcast with?
I'm doing it with myself.
Hi guys, welcome to Tea Tarka with Farah. Hira's been kicked out. She was incompetent.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I love you, Hira. I love what you do. I love the authenticity. You're very authentic. You are who you are.
You know what she? No, can I just say? You know what she actually asked me today? She said, "Hira, you're very wise, aren't you?" And I was like, "What? Yeah, I guess." She goes, "Yeah, because you can listen to a lot of old songs." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, she listens to all these old songs. And it wasn't wise, it's an old soul. And where is she getting all these old songs from? And when she sits and vibes in the car.
Yeah,
You vibe in the car.
I absolutely love 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, 2010s.
Have you got a good voice?
No.
Give us a tune. Give us a tune. Oh,
no,
give us a tune.
I can't sing.
Come on.
I can't sing.
You don't have, what's the song that you normally sing that's in your head and you think you're a great singer in your head, but when you actually sing it, it comes out.
You know what, I'll need to think about that one. I don't. If you sing with me, I'll sing.
I can't sing.
No, but you know what? I feel like she might know this song because it's like from her zamana.
Oh, here she goes again.
You know that Likhe Jo Khat?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know who sings it.
It goes like Likhe Jo Khat Tujhe, wo teri yaad mein.
Is that a Bollywood?
You don't. You're joking.
No, I seriously don't know.
Bro.
I seriously don't.
How can you not know this?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, is that an old song? That's too old.
Are you saying that's not from your time?
That's not my time, that's my mum's time. That's why I said you're an old soul.
Yeah, I am. I should have been.
I'm like, Disco Divani.
Wait, how do you say? What's the?
That's what I will.
Disco Divani.
Yeah, that's one. That's my.
So basically, right, you look like that, but you feel like me, right? Young.
I'm young at heart.
Yes. I'm old at heart.
You're old at heart. I'm young at heart.
Okay, guys. See you guys at the Halal Food Festival.
Yeah. We'll see you at the Halal Food Festival, right?
Shout out to Sweet Pals.
Shout out to Sweet Pals, the Samosa Boys. Who else is coming?
Shout out to Farah. Shout out to Cabana Coffee. Shout out to H7rva.
Shout out to Islamic Relief, the volunteers.
Shout out to Bilal.
Yeah. And
shout to
do you know what? If you're having any problems, deal with it friendly, professional manner. Get someone speak. Not worth it.
I thought you were doing a therapy session.
Hello?
How do you feel today?
How do you feel today?
I'm broken.
Oh, where are you broken from? No, I'm being serious. You know, when you go to these kind of places, things will not be perfect. And don't
Apart
go in,
from me, yeah.
Yeah, don't go in having high expectations. Also, I never heard that.
She said, yeah. She agreed. Things are never perfect.
Never perfect.
Unless it's Hira, you know.
Yeah. Cut.
Keep. Put it back on. Glue that shit on. Right, okay, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you
no
so
problem.
much. Appreciate it.
We shall do this again some other day, okay?
Inshallah. And calculator on the lift.
What lift? Okay, cut. No, cut. Okay, well, remember it's not live, so if we make mistakes...
We make mistakes, you can cut it.
Yeah, I can cut it. It's not a problem. That's right. Cheers. I'm just saying, if you have any questions for me, you know, like you get an exclusive interview with Hira from Glasgow.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
Nothing.
Off you go. Delete the podcast. Right. Delete.
And
Covers
like
anything.
Clara? Yeah.
Yeah. I look like that. I feel like I don't.
Cut.
I just cut.
That's it.
I just messed up. That's me. Check my
terrible.
YouTube.
You're terrible.
I just want to show my.
But no, I'm.